We're going to the observation deck at the John Hancock, and then later is the boat tour. So we're gonna walk all the way there.
Here ba?
Yeah, diretso lang dun to the Starbucks. Yan, tapos yung pinturahan nila ng green yan.
Ang hirap na.
Pag St. Patrick's Day.
Ito ba yun?
Walker Drive. Isa yan. The river. The river cruise.
Yun ba yun, Maggie?
I think dun sa mayroong malapit na part lang. So we're gonna try to enter here. Chicago River Walk. Ah, baba. Ayun o. Oh, maybe this is more for the tourists. Nice. Oh. Smile. 1, 2, 3. And we can see the corn building over there. The corn.
Oh, picture dito.
Guys, ano ba? So, I guess we are near the Starbucks Reserve. So, dito na tayo ngayon sa Starbucks Reserve. Oh.
Good morning.
Hi.
Welcome to the world's largest Starbucks. If you are dining in, continue on that split up to 2, okay?
Thank you.
Good morning.
So nice.
Picture dito.
Wait lang. World's largest Starbucks. What's that? Oh, wow. Escalator talaga, Bia. In fairness, may escalator talaga.
Mga papaali ka bukas. Sabi yun. Bag.
Pa-spiral ang elevator. Ay, escalator. Ang cool. Ano ang order? Ang cool. Hybrid. Ah, hanggang baba. That's cool. Cute. So they kind of have like special menu, I guess. It's like a different menu. In order natin, Maybe.
Actually, medyo pricey dito. Oleato oat latte.
Latte.
Oleato
Pero
golden.
grande naman siya. No?
What's this? Cub.
Brioche. Salmone.
Other espresso. Tiramisu.
Well, hopefully it's yummy, no?
Brioche salad.
Brioche.
Ang hirap naman.
So after natin kunin yung order natin doon, we're gonna go up sa level 3 or level 4. So we ordered tiramisu over here and a brioche salmon and oleato golden and oleato oat latte over here. Yeah, perfect ambiance at the world's biggest Starbucks. Pictorial namin. Pero actually, hindi namin siya kakainin. Pang pictorial lang talaga yan.
Mahal na ng pictorial.
Grabe, $48 ang pictorial. Pero ang ganda na ambience pa din here. Tsaka parang napapansin ko dito, no? Ang dami mga students, mga business meeting, ganun. Pero okay naman. So, salmon.
Sabi ko, Teta, pasok pa ngayon. Kaya pa yan.
So right now we're just killing time because our 360 observation deck booking is at 2 o'clock at the John Hancock Tower. So yeah, we're just gonna stay a few more minutes here in Starbucks, reserve before we head there. It's just like, I think it's like a 10-minute walk away from here, so it should be good. So mga souvenirs. Ang cute. For the espresso. Or ito. Reserve mug. It's around $16. Itong basong to be. $15 siya. So that's $30. Ito yung mga Starbucks Reserve Collection in all over the world. Isang set. Bye Starbucks Reserve! See you!
Napakalaki ng Starbucks.
Daming nilaklak na kape.
At saka walang macchiato doon.
Yeah, parang iba yung menu niya. Diba?
Tsaka walang birthday cake and cookies and cream puff.
Tsaka parang pang-alta yung yung lasa. But yeah, we're heading to our next destination, the John Hancock Tower, and that is where we're gonna have the 360 observation deck. So that's that building.
Where?
Ayun. Over there. We are headed to the John Hancock Tower. Over there. Oh, so it kind of has like a history museum as well. Chinatown. Thank you.
40 seconds, 94 floors.
Wow. Hi. Huh?
Dagat-dagat. Ayun.
Wow. Uninterrupted 360 view of Chicago. This is the John Hancock City. There's a beach over there. Parang Dolomite Beach.
Vision mo ko dito.
You actually have a bar over here. Look at that. One of the highest bars in Chicago. So here you can sit and just be mesmerized with this amazing view. So this is another ride called the Tilt. Open area. It's kind of cold. So muni-muni po muna. Magkano ang gastos? At ilang mga pick up na naman. There's the view. So, we are saying goodbye to this amazing view kasi we are heading to Chinatown habang nagsusuklay si Nika. So yeah, we're trying to go to Chinatown while waiting for our 5 p.m. Shoreline Sightseeing in the Chicago River.
Magba-brunch, lunch, dinner.
Yeah.
Blend.
Kakain muna tayo doon. And we are saying goodbye to this amazing view of Chicago. We're gonna miss this view. Subway kami. Hindi natin gaano kadumi. Joke. Going to Chinatown. Welcome to Chinatown. Chinatown, Chicago. Wow.
Organic po ba?
May bonchon pa, B. Late lunch at, ano pangalan to, B? Minghin Cuisine Restaurant. That's a quick stop to Chinatown, and we're riding the train again to downtown. So we are heading to our final activity for this Chicago trip, maybe. It's the Shoreline Sightseeing. But, ayun ano, may Apple Store dito na malapit. Ang ganda. Ayun. So, we are heading to the docking area. Over here. Oh.
Kaiba siya.
Ito ba?
Ano?
So they just finished theirs. But ours is like 4:45. So, we're just gonna sit here first. You're just waiting for us to be boarded to this boat over here.
Hi there, welcome
Hey, how are
aboard,
you?
folks. Watch your step on the ramp.
Thank you. Where's the best seat? Thank you. The best seat's in front. I don't know.
Second or third row.
Oh.
Tinanong mo siya?
Yeah. Second or third. Oh, third na lang. Oh, second na lang, go. So, we asked the guy, and then he said it's like the second or the third row, which is like the best seat. That's why we're seated here. Second or the third row. So we are about to start. Final activity.
My name is Super Dan. I'll be your super tour guide for the next 75 minutes. I just wanted to give everyone a quick heads up that there is a bar down those stairs behind you. Ray is our bartender. Ray has hot and cold drinks, so it's kind of in between weather. If you need a hot coffee, hot tea, Irish coffee, Ray has got those. If you need a Bloody Mary, margarita, beer, wine, soda, Ray also has those downstairs. On the right-hand side, Trump International Hotel and Tower. The building is an example of the most common style of architecture for a new structure built in Chicago today, called the style of contextualism. Contextualism is site-specific design, a design for a specific site with certain buildings nearby, and with even certain geographic features in mind, like this river. The Trump building has 3 setbacks or patios. See those 3 setbacks? Each setback has a silver horizontal bar. Each setback references the height of a nearby building in the spirit of contextualism. That highest setback references the height of that black boxy building to the left. Lowest setback references the height of that white rocket-shaped building across the river. Lowest setback references the height of the creamy white building to the right. The silver horizontal bars are halfway in color between the creamy white of the right and the black of the boxy building to the left. The Trump building only makes sense right there. It's an example of contextualism, site-specific design, the European revivalist style. To our left, you'll see a big dome and little temples on each corner. More Tempietos. This is the Jewelers Building, called the Jewelers Building because when built in 1920s, it was built to be a high-tech office building for jewelers. A car elevator brought the jeweler, jewels, and car all up to the jeweler's floor without ever leaving the jeweler's vehicle. Less is more. Mies van der Rohe believed that beauty lay in the precision of the engineering and the perfection of the mathematics. There are over 60 of these types of black boxes here in Chicago. Mies van der Rohe was from Germany, fled the Nazis in the 30s, came to Chicago, taught architecture at IIT, the Illinois Institute of Technology. So there's lots of these black boxes in Chicago by him or by copycats in that era. Named Bertrand Goldberg. Bertrand Goldberg wanted people to live in downtown Chicago in the late 1960s, but not many people did so. At the time, people more commonly lived in a neighborhood and commuted downtown for work. There weren't a lot of things to do in downtown Chicago in the late 60s. Bertrand Goldberg's solution to get people living downtown is to build a city within a city that has all of the on the left. Those cars are valet parking to the left and right hand side. Above those cars are the actual residential condominiums. A car has flown off the side of this building twice. Once for The Hunter with Steve McQueen, a movie. The other time for a car commercial. It was a car insurance commercial that was a parody of The Hunter with Steve McQueen. 1914, let's count the bays of windows on the right. Count them with me. I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bays of windows on the right. Let's count the bays of windows on the left. Should be 6, right? I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, hold on. Why are there 5 bays of windows on the left, 6 on the right? Well, they had to widen this road in front of us on South Street after the Reed Murdoch building was built in 1914. So they demolished a whole bay of windows here on the left to accommodate the widening of the South Street and built it right back up to make it look like they never touched it. Also, it's the most haunted structure along the Chicago River. The earliest skyscrapers in Chicago's history are all built in Chicago sometime in the most early skyscrapers in world history were built in Chicago in the 1880s, 1890s. They all look like this red brick building here to the right. See this red brick building to the right? The Chicago School of Psychology, 1914. An example of the first Chicago School of Architecture, what all early tall skyscrapers in New York or Chicago looked like. The mantra of the first Chicago school is that form follows function. The building is an example of a style of architecture popular in the late 1920s called the style of Art Deco. This building has 3 elements of Art Deco we'll see over and over again today. See those soaring vertical lines? Those soaring lines are created by deep inside windows, and the building recedes level by level at the top. Those are called setbacks at the top. We'll see a lot of this style of architecture today. There's a lot of Art Deco in Chicago. The north branch of the river to the right, and the south branch of the river to the left. We'll go down the north branch first, or up the north branch, and then down the south branch to our left later. See this massive bridge standing upright here on our right-hand side? Kinsey Street Railroad Bridge, 1908. When built in 1908, was the largest and heaviest bridge of its type. Most interesting to us because it's got this exposed concrete counterweight on the right-hand side. See that concrete counterweight on the right? All the bridges we went under have that exact same type of concrete counterweight. You just can't see them because they're hidden underground. Here you get to see how a Chicago bridge works. It's kind of a seesaw kind of thing. Half the seesaw on the right, half on the left. And the seesaws around the pivot point. Wacky and surreal. This building faces and embraces the river. You can sit on your patio and watch the comings and goings of the river. That was a rare attitude of architecture toward the river in the 1980s. In the 1980s, and the 70s, and the 60s, and all the decades prior, Chicago architects thought this river was a gross, toxic canal, just to be avoided. Hemmed from the front and the back, this building is only 39 feet wide, which is about twice the width of our own boat. The 8th floor becomes the first floor, not enough space for a normal first floor, creating that very distinctive Y shape. The way this building respects the setback rule is by vaulting the 3rd floor with these giant tripod I-beams. That way everyone wins. Residents of the city can access the river area right there. And the the building can start in earnest on the 3rd floor. The city of Chicago has long believed that residents of the city have a right to access both the river area as well as the lakefront. That's what that setback rule is all about. And you can even see the reflection of the white building on the outside of the green building. The green building only makes sense right there. It's an example of contextualism, site-specific design, the most common style of architecture in the city of Chicago today. That red Lego piece is us. This is an $800,000 "You Are Here" sign. We're on the south branch of the Chicago River right now. We started up on the main branch to the top right, then we went up the north branch to the top left, and now we're on the south branch where that red Lego piece is. So if you ever get lost along the Chicago River, let's say in a kayak or a canoe or a jet ski, just jet ski right over here, and this sign will help you get home. I don't know if we have any Batman fans aboard this vessel. I'm a huge Batman fan myself. And the opening scene of the Dark Knight on YouTube after our tour, it'll look so much cooler than what you've seen where it was filmed.
Dark Knight, 2008.
The building on the right is the old post office, built in the 1930s. Chicago in the 30s, Montgomery Ward, Marshall Field, Sears Roebuck. They needed this structure, the largest post office on planet Earth at the time of construction, to help them manage their mail. But these days it's way too big to be a post office, so these days it's a commercial office building. You can work there. It's still a very complex era, or specific era. This is a postmodernist building from the 1980s. That rooftop is a replica, an exact replica of a classic 1890s rooftop, the Old Masonic Lodge by Daniel Burnham. So it's a 1980s skyscraper that's a homage to an 1890s classic Chicago skyscraper. That 2 hours, top of Sears Tower, no equipment whatsoever. The windows of the building stick out by about 3 inches, enough to put your hands on to climb all the way up to the very top. You'll see some glass sticking off the side of the building. An urban building, a 1920s Art Deco structure, built and designed by Daniel Burnham's 2 sons, the Burnham brothers. Today it's converted to the Pendry Hotel. Most of these 1920s Art Deco buildings are converted to hotels. Feel free to grab it, grab a drink at that rooftop after our tour. Chateau Carpio is the rooftop bar on top of that building. Towers in Rouen. To the left of Tribune Tower, you see a big dome. See that Western Islamic kind of onion dome? Intercontinental Hotel today, but built by the Shriners in the 1920s to be Medina Athletic Club. See that little turret to the left of that gold dome? That turret is a blimp landing dock, but no blimps ever ended up. Different shades of blue that are intended to resemble the various shades of blue of the Chicago River and of Lake Michigan.
Ganda.
The 4 rooftops are tenant accessible. There's a little baby portion of the building at the base, and then 3 kind of tall rooftops.
So this is the end of our Chicago tour, guys. Sana ay nag-enjoy kayo sa aming mga galaan dito sa Chicago, Hawaii. At sana ma-edit ko tong vlog na to as soon as possible.
Super nag-enjoy kami dito.
Ano yung pinakagusto mo sa part ng ating Chicago trip?
Yung nag-train, kasi sobrang hilong-hilo.
Train. Pero
ay, sorry. Yung ubo ko, hindi pa rin magaling. Pauwi na kami.
Pero we enjoyed this Shoreline Sightseeing. Really, it's really nice.
But it's super cold.
It's super cold. We enjoyed the food, and we hope we can come back here in Chicago next year, diba?
Yeah.
Tama ba?
Hopefully. Or baka sa iba naman.
Yeah. So see you guys again, and hope you guys subscribe and like our video.
Bye.
Bye.